the first thing I sent you, right now you guys should all have your blogs. You should all have been invited to your blog. Your blog should be created. Okay, if I look at Blogger, okay, you'll see I have a whole list of blogs, okay, that I've got here. Everyone's blog is here. By the way, I love this. I love the lamps. It's pretty funny. It's about lava lamps. It's awesome. Okay, so what I've done, I've set it up so everyone's got a blog. You should have gotten an invite to your Gmail account, okay? The first thing we're going to do today is we're going to actually post blogs. I'm going to show you how to post a blog, post to your blog. So if you've not already done so, then you need to get onto a phone, a non-TVS Wi-Fi system to accept the invitation through your Gmail, okay? You've got to do that. Has anyone not done that? Has anyone not accepted the invitation? What? Yeah, you guys have to, I said to you, I said, okay, you got 3, but you have 3 accounts you could use. What? You have. Was it sent to all 3 accounts? Oh, that's a good question. Do I even have? Oh, maybe I didn't set. Did you send? Okay, I don't think I got something from you. Oh, I wonder if I didn't set yours up. I may not have set yours up. I'll have to set yours up. Give me like 1 second to set it up. All right. What I want to do is everyone else has accepted, correct? Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to log into your into Blogger at this point. So you're going to have to go to Blogger, and you're going to have to make sure you log in as your Gmail account for your group. Okay, so let's do that. And everyone, I don't care if you're on the team and you're not blogging, you're doing the actual blog right now, David Dentino, then you still need to be focusing up here because you're going to have to at some point blog. So I want you to all see how we do this. Okay. So right now you can see that let's look at the Laser Sword blog. I modified the template. Where's my laser blog? Where is my laser blog? Here it is. Okay, so if I use the laser blog, it's gonna look like this. Okay. So right now I've given you guys a dynamic view blog. That way you have some control over the layout. So right now it's laid out like this. This is the layout of Classic, okay? If I click on Flip Card, you can see that the layout will change to these things. So if I roll over, hover over, it'll flip card over. And I can click on each one, it'll give me that blog post for that piece, okay? Now, you'll notice up here it says view equals flip card. So that means if you have a specific view that you like and you want to send it to somebody, you can send them that specific link so they'll see that specific view. Does that make sense? Okay. You can do magazine, which is sort of something like this. You can see mosaic, which is a little like that. You can do sidebar, which is over here. You can click on each one to show each of those posts. You can do snapshot. Here's sort of a snapshot of that. You could do time slide. I actually like time slide. Oh no, actually, which is the one I like? I think it's the magazine version or the class. Let's go back to classic. Oh, I gotta get out of this. Why am I in this? So go back to. Okay. How do I get out of this? I'm gonna go back to here. Here we go. Okay, down time slide. Time slide's nice. It actually gives you a nice view of the whole thing for time. So you can just go through that piece. And then you go down to the next piece as well. So you can send whatever view you like, all right? What I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to actually blog. So once you're in, okay, you will end up getting to a point where you have this view that says, your blogs, okay? And you should have a list which should, for that account, you only have the one blog listed that you've been invited to. And you're going to write up, you've got a couple of options. One, you have the pen that says create new post, and one is view blog. So for the laser cutter, I'm going to make a new blog. I'm going to make a new post. So click on the create new post, and you're going to get this piece right here. A couple of important things. Today we're going to post 2 things. We're going to make 2 posts today. One is the overall project objective, and the other is your initial first round research objective, okay? Or the questions you want to ask for your initial research. So what you're going to do is you're going to put a title. So you're going to say project objective. And this is what this is remember I talked about your space, the more verbose explanation of your title. Okay, so it's just like writing a document. You can just start typing. So our project is going to look at the issue of pink elephants that live in oops, I got to misspell it. That live in a community of purple dinosaurs. Okay, purple dinosaurs love the taste of pink elephants, and this is causing the extinction. Good Lord, extinction of the pink elephant population. We will be looking at various potential solutions, such as meal replacement shakes for the purple dinosaurs.
You said
Replacement shakes for purple dinosaurs and other such items to curb their snack attacks. Notice I use it in quotes. Okay, and so I can actually now go and I can find an image. Okay, so if I look at that, if I'm happy with this, I can preview it, and that's going to show me what it's going to look like. So there's my project objective. Okay, and there's my thing, but that's kind of boring. I want to give it some life. So I'm going to close that tab and come back to here. When I do preview, by the way, it just opens up a new tab previewing that blog post. And then you can close that tab. But here I'm gonna spice it up. I'm going to actually type pink elephant, and I'm going to get some images. And I'm going to grab the pink elephant. I'm going to save the image. Actually, I like this. He's pretty funny, actually. I'm going to save the image I'm going to save in pink elephant on the desktop. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, up here you've got some options. And one of them is if you hover over, it says insert image. And I can, from blog, from web albums, from phone, I can choose a file. You can actually update your blog from your phone, which is actually pretty nice. You can send an email. So I'm going to go, where'd my pink elephant? Here it is right there. Boom, boom. And there's my file. And I'm going to add the selected. There's my pink elephant. If I want to move him down, I can just put some enters in there. Maybe I don't want him centered. Maybe I want him right justified, so he's over there. Okay. Maybe he doesn't need to be so big. Maybe he's a little smaller. All right. And then you know what? Hey, so now I'm going to preview that guy, and let's see. So there is my pink elephant set up, so I can actually start to add that piece in there. And then you know what? I'm also going to bring in a video, because I'd like to get a video in here. So I'm going to bring in. You can upload something or from YouTube. You can put a URL in. But I'm going to do a search for pink elephants. See what comes up video-wise. You know, a lot of pink elephants. Let's see, short film, pink elephant. I'm hoping this is age appropriate. I'm just throwing them in there. I can kind of drag them around. Okay. And now if I go into my preview, there is my pink elephant video. Okay. And there. Now notice I can start, if I don't like that I can actually go over and I can close this. I can take this and make sure that he is also left justified. Oops, and it's a little quirky, to be perfectly honest. And you have to play around with it. If I preview, the video should get left justified. I'm not sure why it doesn't get left justified. The preview, you should get the video. If I take this and I return, get him out of the way, get him, let's say if I hover over all of that, let's see here. Try and get all of this left justified. I'm gonna get everything left justified, and I'll right justify. So make it centered, left justify. If I hover over him, yeah, let's see if I can right justify him. Okay, let's see. Let's preview it one more time. I don't know if he'll do it. Videos, maybe videos don't come in. I thought I could get them left justified. So there's your blog, okay? If you want to you want to do some editing, I can say OMG, and I can make that like bold, and I can make it, large font. Maybe pink should be the actual color of pink, right? And purple, where's my purple dinosaurs? Purple should be the color of purple, which is the same as pink almost in this scenario. And maybe I'll have the text as white or something to that effect. Okay, so anyway, so I've got this, and I can preview again. You can make it look as ugly or as attractive as you'd like, but you have some control over how you update that. Does that make sense? Everyone clear on that? And what's nice is that now at the bottom, I can add a comment. Okay, I can go down and say, as soon as it comes up, I'm previewing. So if I publish it, then I publish it, and now it's going to be there on the post. I apologize, laser store people. I'll remove it in a minute. There it is. If I want to comment on it, I can go to the bottom and I can add a comment, and I can say, nice. I could say, nice work, but you may also want to focus some energy on the blue bats, as they are a part of the food chain. And then I publish it, and now I've got a comment on here, and you guys can now see what I've commented on your work, and so forth. Does that make sense? And so I may make modifications as we go. Clear? Okay, so what I want you guys to do, and if you don't like it, you want to get rid of it, under your blog, you can see all the different posts. You can delete the post, you can edit it. If you didn't, you can go back and say edit, and you can re-edit that post. I'm going to make that left justified. See, there it goes. And then I'm going to update it. And then when I view that blog, I should be able to get that left justified. Didn't do it, whatever. And then I can go over to here. If I don't want it, I can just delete it. I'm going to delete that post. Done. And then when I view the blog, that post is now gone. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. So what I want you to do is I want you to do two things today. And I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do this. I want you to write your project objective first. Okay? Who has already posted once yet? If you've already, okay, no one's posted? Good. What I want you to do is I want you to create your project objective, and then I want you to create the questions, your first round of research objective. And that is a list of questions that you want answered. Trip and David Dentino, stop. The questions that you need answered. Now, this does not mean that you're going to go in necessarily and ask your people specifically these questions. Again, I stress this again. Your first round of research, in most cases, you should be doing observational work. So you're going to find a task that is involving your specific project, and you're going to videotape and watch people do it. While you observe that task, Sam Jeffries. Oh, you're not. You're right. Sorry, Sam. As you observe that task, guys, you're going to come up. You're going to realize that you have questions, and at that point, you can ask the questions based on the task. You're going to go in with some overall high-level questions. Like you might think about, well, if I'm looking at cream, I might want to find out, what the main differences are between people's perception of powder versus liquid cream, right? If you're focusing on kitchen equipment, you might start to think about what tools do they currently use. Those are the things that we want to find out. Maybe what are the tools that they don't have, or what are the workarounds that people have. And if I say, what are the workarounds people have, does everyone understand what I mean by that? But notice, you're going to ask someone what a workaround is. They're not going to know. You're going to have to observe them, right? These are things that you're going to eventually find from observation, not necessarily interview. Some questions you might be able to ask, but you should not be going in just asking a list of questions. Does that make sense? So I want you to create a blog saying, what are my objectives, my pre-objectives going into the research? So you have some direction into which to carry that conversation. Does that make sense? Yes? Any questions on that? So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and do that. Now, technical people, your research is going to be focused on the questions you figure out, like for the extrusions, what kind of material, what kind of equipment's already out there? What technologies do they use? Yeah. How can I potentially break this stuff down, right? Those kinds of technical questions, right? How small does a plastic have to be? What materials can I use? What temperatures I have to be at? Blah, 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 blah. Does that make sense? All right, so I'm going to give you about 10 minutes to do this in class, and we're going to move on to something else. 3D folks, let me get you guys squared away. Did I record? I'm not recording. I'm recording, right? All right, so I left you guys with, let's see, this guy here. Now, obviously, this is going to be not to scale, okay? And this is 12 meters, 20 meters, and 7 meters, okay? What I need you to do is I need you to tell me the final vector for the displacement vector, D. Okay, so what is my displacement vector? Okay? And it should be a magnitude and a what? Direction. Right, so it should be a magnitude and a direction. How are we defining the direction? How are we defining the direction accurately, guys? Degree, is that what you degree? Yes, degree measurement. So we have x and y, we have y, and we have x, right? And this is the positive, right and up is positive, down is negative, and to the left is negative, right? So I can measure this angle two ways. What are the two angles I can measure? What are the two angles I can talk about what are the two basic ones I could use at this point? Between where? Yeah, between the vector and the x-axis, let's call it theta 1, and you can call it whatever you want. There's theta 1. Where's my other angle I could use? Between the vector and the y-axis, theta 2, right? So, and again, we look at, oops, undo, go back to a different layer. Again, that's not what I wanted to do. For angles, guys, counterclockwise is positive, clockwise is negative. So if you think about theta 2, that means what that means is I've got whoever I am focusing in this direction. Right? They're facing that way. So theta 2 would be, what do I have to do how much do I have to turn to the right to get there? Does that make sense? And theta 1 will be how much do I turn to the left? So theta 2 assumes that I'm facing up, positive y. Theta 1 assumes I'm facing right, positive x. Okay, does that make sense? So that means that theta 2 is going to be what sign? Negative. Everyone? Negative. Negative, right? You guys see that? And theta 1 will be what? Positive. So work through that, guys. Figure that out. What's my magnitude and my direction? Go, 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 go. Work through this now. Problem set. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's 32. We got 8 minutes. I'll give you another one in a minute. So let's go, let's go, let's go. Work this out. Am I in your way? Okay, which one? What do you mean which one? What? Well, you tell me. Let's look at both. I mean, obviously, if you know what theta 1 is, theta 2 is just what? 90 minus the other one, right? So what's the magnitude of D? What's the magnitude of D? How much? Did anyone else get 20.62? Anybody? What's the unit here, kiddo? What's the unit? Meters. And I don't know if that's correct or not, but how did you get that, Sam? All right, so a squared plus b squared equals c squared. What was your a, Sam?
A was 5.
How'd you get 5? I don't see 5 here.
12 minus 7.
12 minus 7 squared plus
20 squared.
20 squared equals c squared. Everyone see that? Right, your triangle is really right here, right? You guys see that? None of you see it? Okay. So that's your so does everyone else get 20.6? What was your angle, Sam?
The angle, they don't want 32.
Whichever one you want.
32 is negative 75.46.
Equals negative what?
75.46 degrees.
Okay, did everyone get this?
Yeah, 96.
You got what? 0.9 or close, something like that. Okay, but 75 point something negative, right? How do you get it? Okay, so here, really fast, okay? So, ka, to, a, right? Okay, so if we're looking, let's say I know this is 20 and I know this is 5, right? Okay, so let's say it's tangent. I can use opposite and adjacent, right? So the tangent of theta 2 equals my opposite, which is 20, over my adjacent, which is 5. So that means that the inverse tangent of 20 over 5 equals my theta 2. And if I look at 20 divided by 5, and I do the 20 divided by 5, and I do my inverse tangent right there, 75.96. 96. Huh? Yes. Yep. Okay. Oh, oops. Hold on a second. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Record. So we get the Pythagorean, we get the magnitude of D by using the Pythagorean theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a is 12 minus 7, our 12 minus our 7 to get that height, and our b is 20 squared equals c squared, which means that our magnitude, our c squared, is 20.62 meters. To get the angle, theta 2, we use our SOHCAHTOA. And SOHCAHTOA uses our sine, cosine, tangent. And in this case, we use tangent, where if we know the opposite is 20 and our adjacent is 5, then tangent theta equals 20 over 5. In order to find theta 2, though, you have to say the inverse tangent of 20 over 5 equals theta 2, which means our theta 2 is about negative 75.6 degrees, or 96 actually. And the reason it's negative is because we're going the other direction. Well, let's do the calculation. If I say 20 divided by 5, and I do the inverse tangent, you'll see I get 75.96 degrees.
Are you recording? Yeah, it was recording.